Hi, fourth graders, this is Miss Leon. We are moving on to the next part in our learning in our informational writing unit. This time we are going to be making a new chapter, and in this chapter is not so much an informational piece of writing, but it is. It's going to be a historical fiction where you're going to be giving facts and information, but in a historical format. So let's see how we can start this process. This should be somewhat similar because at the very beginning of the year, we wrote a narrative writing piece. So we're going to use the elements that we learned from that piece to write this piece. Okay, so before I begin, brainstorming about my seed ideas, I'm going to refer back to this chart that we used in our last writing unit. And it says how to find ideas for fiction. Observe the world or reread entries or look through your notebook for story ideas. And I was just flipping through my notebook and I was finding some story ideas in there from when we were taking notes about the American Revolution previously. So that is helpful. It says, ask books do I wish existed. Well, we've read some pieces of text about the American Revolution, but we haven't read too many narrative fictions or historical fictions regarding that. So it says, let this question lead you to invent characters with traits, struggles, actions. Or you can think about an issue that is important to you and create an issue or create a character who struggles with that issue. So we can be thinking about these things. So I'm going to jump inside my writer's notebook now, and I'm going to kind of start thinking about some seed ideas that I can use for that narrative or that historical fiction. And when I say seed ideas, I'm going to be thinking of some of those events that we've learned about that maybe I could write a story about that I think would be interesting. All right, so for some of the historical fiction seed ideas, I was thinking of things that I thought that I might want to write about or it could be interesting. And I thought about some things like the Boston Tea Party. I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with that. There was a lot of action there. The Boston Massacre. I could think about Paul Revere's Midnight Ride, and we're also learning about other people that did these night rides. So you can think about them as well. You can think about other historical people that we know about that were an important part of this. Like you could do James Lafayette. There's a number of things that you can decide to write about. So here are a few examples of some seed ideas that you can use.